I hate for it to be like the story of the draft. I know it will be. That's just how our world is based and is driven. But I can't say it gets annoying. I can't say it's annoying, no, because it's what people want to see. It's piqued more interest. I feel like, what's Kelsey's girlfriend name? I feel like her right now. Just based on, I'm Taylor Swift right now. And Terry's Kelsey, I guess. I mean, we're making this thing popular, man. I don't know what that is.
What are we doing? He's tired, guys. He's getting tired. We should probably wrap this up. We're going to
We're famous right now. I don't know.
That's a little Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot. I can tell Terry Fontenot wasn't on board with it. Hey, when you speak extemporaneously, you never know what's going to come out. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But his instincts are right. They're not famous, though. They're notorious. They're, I don't want to say laughing stocks yet because there's a chance this can still work, but most people around the league just look at it and say, what the hell were they thinking? And good luck. Let's see how you get yourself out of this mess. Let's see how you handle all these different issues. Because it's not enough, as I said yesterday, for Raheem Morris to say Kirk Cousins doesn't need to look over his shoulder every time he throws a bad pass. It's not up to Raheem Morris. It's the locker room. It's the media. It's the fan base.
Yeah.
It's everyone.
It's all going to be pressure.
Everything.
Right, exactly.
And it's going to create this mess. And you've got Michael Penix Jr., who isn't just going to sit back and say, hey, I'm fine to ride the bench for 4 or 5 years. So it's just a huge, huge mess.
It is.
And there aren't many people who are trying to defend it. And I hear some of the arguments. And the arguments are, frankly,
the arguments are, I talked to the Falcons and they told me to say this, and now, wait, I said it, and I got nothing else to say except that one talking point. Let's end the segment and go on to something else. I mean, yeah, there's not a lot to defend here. The defense is, they're going to be able to hand this off, and there's not going to be a transition period as far as franchise quarterbacks are concerned. That's the defense. Or, hey, he was high on our board, and we had him a top 3 pick on the board, and he's there at number 8, and it made sense that way. Okay, but again, like we talked about, there's so many other things that go into that, the influencing of the decision, and yeah, they're going to be able to sell to everybody, hey, we're going to go from one franchise quarterback to another. But within that, you're not going to maximize the first franchise quarterback. You're not. It's not. It's going to put a lot of pressure on the situation and could become dysfunctional, and there's a lot of things that can go wrong there to where you go, yeah, it's a seamless transition, except, that's right, we're going to waste $50 million maybe if it only goes 1 year, and we're going to waste another 50 on just nothing then. And again, in the era of allocated assets and a salary cap, those are valuable things that everybody looks up and goes, wait, that's weird. How are they going to do that? That doesn't make sense. And it's also like, I know there's the defense of, we don't know when we'll be able to pick again this high, and when we'll be able to get a quarterback. Like, come on. Like, what? Is that a talking point right now? I mean, right now, we're in the golden era of quarterbacks coming out in the draft. It's like every year there's big-time talent. So I don't know if I can buy that excuse either, and I think that's where the whole league is just like, what? This is weird.
If you're hearing any voices that are supporting this move, I mean, this is a byproduct of teams and leagues that pay people to work for them. This is a byproduct of feeling like you have to be buddies with the people you cover and not maintain a wall that divides relationship from your job. And it gets blurred. And yeah, this is what they told me. This is what my friends have told me. So I'm going to go out and say that because that's what they told me, and then they'll be happy with me. And this is temporary, but the relationship lasts longer. That's one of the pitfalls, and that's why it's.
But there's
difficult.
there's no.
It's say what needs to be said.
Exactly, that's
difficult because it's going to piss people off.
Right. Yeah, and the people that are defending it, they like you said, they're coming up with just excuses of it's what a lot of quarterbacks got hurt last year, and we don't know where Kirk Cousins will be, and. Penix is so special, and it's just, okay, I don't know. It still doesn't make sense.
I've heard the comparison that like this would be like if the Jets used their first round pick last year on a quarterback right after they acquired Aaron Rodgers. Well, first, even the Jets were not dumb enough to do that, and secondly, it's not like Rodgers had a viable alternative. It was either retire or go to the Jets. Cousins could have stayed in Minnesota. As we said yesterday, and I believe this 100%, if we were to attach Kirk Cousins to a lie detector machine or feed his veins with sodium pentothal, he would say, I never would have left Minnesota if I knew that when I went to Atlanta, their first order of business was going to be draft my successor. And we have proof, kind of, to support our belief.
You got the Zapruder film? You got it?
Here's Kirk Cousins from March, the press conference that is far more infamous for all the times he admitted that the Falcons blatantly tampered with him. Here's something else he said, which was kind of a dig at the Vikings, possibly, but it was also an indication of how great things were going to be for him in Atlanta. Here's what he said.
When the owner, general manager, head coach, and quarterback are on the same page, that's when you really have a chance to go win a Super Bowl. And as I looked at the Atlanta Falcons, I believe strongly that the owner, head coach, general manager, and quarterback can all be on the same page. You know, I think in Minnesota, it was trending over the last couple off seasons to be in somewhat year to year. And as we talked with Atlanta, it felt like this was a place where, you know, if I play at the level I expect to play, that I can retire a Falcon. And that was something that really excited me, and that's certainly the goal.
That's why he's pissed. That's why he's pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Duh.
The owner, the GM, the coach, and the quarterback are on the same page, but the quarterback's Michael Penix, not Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. Hey, you on the same page with us? We're going to take your successor here in about 30 seconds. You on the same page?
They didn't even give him the book, Chris. But see, somebody emailed me that. Thank you very much to the viewer or reader or both who sent me that. It was the first email I saw this morning. And, you know, I complained because people treat the email box like it's pen pal or message board or rant about this or rant about that. But every once in a while, it's worth kissing the frogs because it's like, yeah, he did say that. Holy crap. He was led to believe that it really is the four musketeers, the owner, the GM, the coach, and the quarterback, all marching into a successful future where they try to undo the 28-3 debacle from Super Bowl 51 and finally win a championship in Atlanta. And here's this great piece, 8th overall pick. Instead of getting someone who helps Kirk Cousins win, they have his successor.
Yeah.
And that year-to-year vibe
right.
was real. The Vikings did have a let's see what you do, let's see what you do.
Right.
Well, guess what? Now in Atlanta, as he walks through the door, let's see what you do. Let's see what you do. Let's see what you do, basically year to year.
Yeah. Well, and I think, you know, you mentioned the Green Bay, the Rodgers thing. It's not the same circumstance. It's not. It's different. Also, within that, too, Green Bay's team was in a pretty good spot is where it was built. There wasn't like a lot of like, oh, my gosh, necessities, big needs. The only thing we were complaining about is why don't they give him another wide receiver, right? That was the real thing of that.
You mean the Jets?
No, Green Bay when they did the Jordan Love draft, right? And did something like that. Right,
but I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers when he went to the Jets
last
year. Like he walks through the door.
I know. You had brought the Green Bay thing up earlier too, or I thought you did. But either way, my point is, what's different about the drafting the quarterback to succeed the next guy too is the state of your team and where you're at. Right, and I think that's where it bothers Falcons fans and most people that look at it and go, wait, there was some people there at that pick that would be, to your point, make the team a lot better. Whoa, we got Byron Murphy. Whoa, we got the best D tackle in the draft, the best defensive player in the draft. Oh my gosh, look at him in the middle of our defense. Or a Dallas Turner where we know they don't have a top-end pass rusher that way. And that's where I think it's a little weird is just that, anybody that was paying attention to the situation goes, wait, there was needs there. Now, I like the guys they took in round 2, 3, and 4. They are good football players, and they address that. But are they guys like Byron Murphy and Dallas Turner? No, they are not that, and that's why those guys went in the top 20 of the draft.
That top 10 pick, as you said yesterday, it's a huge asset.
Huge
the NFL
asset.
is about maximizing your assets, and it's about now. It's about now. It's about now. And the Cousins signing was about now, and then the draft pick is about not
3 years
from
now.
The draft pick is about whenever they turn the page, or 2 years from now, or 1 year from now, if Cousins' ultimate reaction is, get me the hell out of here. I thought of this when I wrote the item this morning. That feeling that we get from time to time, I've had it a couple of times in my life where I make a big decision, I implement it, and then once the dust settles, I'm like, what the hell? What did I do? Why did I do this? And when you have that acknowledgement to yourself, you start thinking of, is there a way to undo this? And I just wonder if that's what Cousins is thinking about. Not that he could undo it now, but maybe it's a one-year thing. Maybe after this year, he's not comfortable in Atlanta and he wants to go somewhere else to finish his career. We'll see. It just changes everything. And when you look at his words, coach, owner, GM, quarterback, all on the same page, clearly that isn't the case in Atlanta, or they wouldn't have drafted Michael Penix Jr., 8th overall, and they wouldn't have told Cousins what was happening when they were on the clock ready to make the pick.
It's so weird. It ruins the buzz of him coming into the building the first time to be the commander of the ship. Like, some of the guys are going to be like, oh, wait, Penix was already in there, Kirk. Go ahead. Yeah, we've already gushed about, like, I mean, it's weird. It's not the right way to set it up for your franchise quarterback to win a Super Bowl and do all of that. And then you throw on the asset conversation like you talked about. It makes no sense.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.